Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with Matt, Adam, Brian, Doug, and Freddie, where they discuss everything that matters in today's fire service. Now let's get to the show.
Boys and girls.
Oh, we're here. Sorry, I was Instagram crushing.
Adam, why don't you introduce us?
Welcome, everybody, to the Cool Fireman Podcast. I'm Unkie. We got Matt. We got Big Doug Bishop and Brian Kelly from the East Coast. Welcome.
There we go.
Brian Kelly from the East Coast.
Brian Kelly from the East Coast.
I liked it, Adam. I like
That's
it.
good.
I
love it.
Good intro.
All right. A little housekeeping.
Folks, it's time for housekeeping.
All right, boys. Welcome back. I thought I had the rundown up and I didn't. Look at, there you go. Welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast. As you know, Patreon is up. And Doug, do you have something for us?
There's been a new vote. We took Maduro out of office. I'm going to take it over. He's going to run it. It's been the best Patreon you're ever going to see. Sleepy Joe could never. Doug's going to run Patreon. And I tell you what we're going to do, folks. We're going to put more money back in your pocket. We're going to reduce the price. Hear me out, folks. We're going to go rookie for $1. Engineers only $2. That's it. That's it. $1. What's $2? You find it in the couch cushions.
So
that's my spiel.
Best life, people.
Your Trump impersonation got worse.
Yeah, it gets worse. The longer I go, the worse it gets. I haven't figured out how some of those guys do it yet. I keep the same tone the entire time, and I'm not good at changing it like the guys that are good at doing his impression are. Like, there's some really good people out there.
Yeah,
but I can't do it. So I do the best I can. But
whenever I try to do it,
I'm basically going to run the Patreon, and we've all agreed that we're charging too much for it, and it's supposed to be for fun and a little way to support the podcast. So we're going to do $1 and $2, and I think that's right where we need to be. We don't want to charge you much, man. We just want to get you where you can see some extra stuff. You can maybe win a prize here and there, and we'll get some turnout drill questions and that kind of stuff, and keep you included as much as possible for as cheap as possible.
There you go. And a special shout out to Josh Bandy and Steven Weber. It's not Weber, thank you. It's Weber, and he Weber? Confirmed that. It sure is, just like the charcoal grow. Cool. But we want to thank those two guys for coming on when it was the 5 and 10. But they'll see you on the Patreon. We already did a Patreon intro, and like Doug said, we just want it to be a bigger.
Boy, I'll send you your money back.
Yeah, holler at us, and we'll send you your money back for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and Josh, I need you to either answer your email or send me an email at the podcast for your turnout drill questions. Hey, what's up, Natalie?
She can't hear you.
Her name is Natalie, right?
They can't hear you. Hold on.
It is Natalie, right?
What'd she say?
Natalie.
Instagram girls again.
Hold on. Say that again one more time.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Real Deaf, why are you in here looking at Instagram girls again?
Because they wanted me to. What
check his search history. It says big booty Latinos.
She's on the couch.
On the couch. Hey, I don't mind. It's like camping.
She cooks good Italian food.
I treat the couch like base camp. Meet me at base camp. Huh?
She can't hear you. She can't hear what y'all are saying.
But she can read the messages, though.
We're about to blow up her inbox.
Patreon, you would know what we were talking about, and that was totally unplanned. So there's
anyway,
that.
Josh,
there you go. Adam has so much to say. Adam, did you text my wife?
Why are we yelling?
Adam probably texted her.
I don't have her phone number. I honestly do not have her phone
You
number.
sit on the throne of lies, or you
turn the volume down.
No, I did not message her on Facebook.
Josh needs to get back to us about some turnout drill questions.
We are off the rails. Yeah, Josh, we sent you an email with 3 turnout drill questions. So if you want to be on it, great. If not, it's no big deal at all. No big deal at all. But that's part of the Patreon subscription is for all tiers is Brian has lost his mind right now. Lost his mind.
Natalie's probably laughing.
It's 100% Adam. I know who did that. It was 100%.
Of course
Adam.
it was. Look at his face. I mean, he's got guilty written all over it.
I know how he rolls.
Hey, I'm glad to be back with y'all boys. I know I missed last week. I was on a cruise.
Did you listen to last week's podcast?
No.
You probably should before you think.
I'm sure there were some evil things said about where I was and all that, but I know how y'all do. But
no, there would never be.
Doug, I basically said that we don't even need to make shit up as to where you are because where you're at was funny enough.
I mean, who else goes on a gay pride cruise? I don't know anybody. And I know a lot of people that live in Ghent and Norfolk.
If you ask certain people,
nothing against gay people, okay?
If you ask certain people, they will tell you that as far left leaning as Disney is, it basically is a gay cruise. But, however, I was on a Disney cruise because once you go on a Disney cruise, the customer service and everything is just beyond reproach. So, anyway, we were on our 4th Disney cruise, and
somebody on the Instagrams or wherever said, "Well, you're on the oldest Disney." Ship. Did you see that?
They were. Oh, yeah, you're on the oldest boat. Yeah, I sure was. But you know what? I like that one because it's the oldest. It's a little more charming, and it's smaller. It's the smallest Disney ship. I can get from one end to the other just like that.
The fact that you know that, it's just, how many times did you say Mickey Mouse? Did you have brunch with him?
No, I didn't say Mickey Mouse once.
You're such a liar.
I didn't. I swear to God.
We told the people on the podcast that you had arts and crafts, and he sent us a photo.
I did do arts and crafts twice. I made a little anchor painting, and
you don't have to tell everybody. Come on, man.
I don't care. I ain't no shame. I'm a proud Disney adult, and I don't give a damn who knows it. I don't care.
Hey, I'll be honest.
I did fangirl a little bit when Belle walked by. I was like, oh.
Who wouldn't?
I love Belle.
Only because she thought you were the Beast.
That's pretty good. I set myself up for that.
You fucking sure did.
Whatever works for you, right, Doug? Whatever works.
I won bingo twice. I didn't win shit, but I won bingo twice.
Shame in my game.
I won bingo twice. I can see that.
Bingo. And one time we won. There was 11 people that had to split $250. We got like $25 damn dollars. It was such a waste of time. I spent $80 on the tickets.
What do they call this?
Question. What time was your dinner? Hold on.
Oh, we had early. We had the early dinner. 5.
See, there we go. He had bingo and early dinner.
I stayed up till midnight, 1 o'clock every night because there's shit to do.
That doesn't matter.
Now I tell you, my Disney people know this. My Disney cruise people know this. The spot to go on the Magic is Keys. It's a piano bar. You go there late at night, and there's always 80s or 90s music. She's taking requests. She's playing the piano. It's amazing. You get a smoked old fashioned. You just sit there with adults and relax. It's amazing.
Yeah, while listening to Frozen on the piano. That sounds like a shitload of fun.
I requested a Bryan Adams song, and she said, "I've never had anybody request a Bryan Adams song. I can't wait to do this."
Yeah, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Got it. Okay.
No. It's amazing.
Hey, I love Disney too. I gotta admit, when I walk up to Disneyland in Anaheim, that smell of funnel cakes that they just pump through the fucking street. Sorry, Rhett.
First one of the night,
dude. No, it's actually not.
They sell a diffuser on the Disney Magic that is the scent of the ship.
Oh,
bring home. It's amazing. I can show
new
you
world.
We should be getting the sponsors right about now. We're 9 minutes and 38 seconds in.
Well, that's okay. Disney needs to sponsor us because I spent a lot of damn money at Disney.
Merch. Stand by for a merch update. We're possibly we've said this for like 5 weeks in a row that we've got new logos and stuff, and we do, and we are going to make it happen. And I know there's people out there that are just itching to get our merchandise. So I spent $100 on the back end on this new merch, and I love it. But we're gonna have fun with it. There's gonna be some really cool stuff coming out, so stand by, and we'll let you guys all know about that.
Yeah.
Sponsors. Unkie Seasoning. What's new at Unkie Seasoning? What's new, Adam?
Same great flavors.
You know what I need? You know what I need from you, Adam? I need something with a lime.
Oh, chili lime.
I love lime.
I've been
lime
looking
and
at
everything.
like a chili lime salt.
Chili lime salt.
Yeah, some kind of lime. Chili lime would be great. I would love that.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. So same bold flavors from the firehouse to your house.
I'll take an Unkie's
Oh,
lime.
we're going to be at
beer.
FDIC this year.
Unkie's
season
lime
is
beer
going to
salt.
be at FDIC.
That's
the
not
big news.
something to
That's the
gawk
news.
at. That is
Lime.
huge. That is huge.
It's the biggest.
It's going to be the greatest.
International. It's
greatest
worldwide. People, I'm telling you, we saw people that couldn't speak a lick of English last year. They just nodded their head at us.
Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, come see Unkies at FDIC in
But I
Indianapolis.
got
We'll all
new
be there.
AirPods now, and I will be able to translate. Sir, what language do you speak? Boop, 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 boop. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Yes, sir. That knife cannot go in your carry-on bag. How many times
That's
do you
a
have to tell everybody that?
That
We
a
have to
lot.
tell a lot of people that.
Are you checking the bag, sir? Okay, then you probably can't buy this.
All right, let's roll a Unkie seasoning promo.
From the firehouse to your house, Unkie's seasoning packs bold, firehouse-tested flavor into every meal. Whether you're grilling, roasting, or just sprinkling it on your favorite snacks, our blends turn everyday eats into unforgettable bites. Pick your flavor, shake it on, and taste why it's firehouse approved. Go to unkieseasoning.com.
Awesome. Love it. Mean it. Thank you, Adam. Tom from the Burn Box. We got the FD Collectors Club. Does anybody have it handy? Because I don't. I'm a loser.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, 2 seconds, he says. Oh, look at that, Adam.
Mine was in my mailbox when I got home this morning.
Yeah,
I think
me
it came
too.
yesterday when I was
FD
at work.
Collectors Club is.
I was impressed with these designs.
Dude.
I really was.
FD Collectors Club is really cool this month.
I
Dude,
also
there's-
had a big old box at my gate when I got home this morning. My second shipment of my
Fantastic.
coins. Shout
Yeah.
out Big Tom.
Yeah. Yep. FD Collectors
Those
Club is
coins,
basic.
top notch.
Yeah, it's a
Did you
rescue
guys-
company and a hook and ladder company, I think.
Harry Howard Hook and Ladder Company 1. They serve the village of Port Chester, New York since 1858.
1858.
Then you got Rescue Squad 1 of New Haven Fire Department. Operates out of 350 Whitney Avenue. So don't know
That
where
New Haven,
that's
Connecticut.
at. I don't.
Dude, your East Coast accent just came out. I didn't even know you had one.
Speaking of, I put Matt on to some game, and I'm gonna say this on the podcast, not the Patreon. I put Matt on to some game, and I put him on a song. He thinks Snoop's the top 5, and I put him on a song that there's 5 rappers on that are above Snoop from the East Coast.
Dude,
So that automatically makes
together,
Snoop less
awesome.
than top 5.
who is the most relevant rapper today?
Oh, he is by far. It's crazy.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I want to be Snoop. His life is amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah.
You see him everywhere. It's amazing.
All right, we're digressing. So
we're
Tom of the
digressing.
Burn Box. We should be getting the Burn Box. We got the email that states that our tracking number. So you guys haven't gotten yours, have you?
No.
No. Okay, so it's going to be here soon. So by the next podcast, we'll know what's in it, and we'll
Probably.
do a little. Yeah, we got to get Tom back on and do like an inside
Yes.
box.
Good boxes coming up.
We talked about doing that, and we just haven't done it. We just don't have enough time. But very good. Let's roll a Burn Box promo.
Brought to you by the Burn Box, the #1 firefighter subscription box. The Burn Box celebrates firefighter products and firefighter-owned and operated businesses. Start today and receive a monthly box of firefighter apparel, gear, and tools. Check them out at theburnbox.com.
Awesome. We love Burn Box and our
We got some
sponsors.
bangers coming out in the next couple months. People need to get on it.
Bangers.
Dude, get yourself some Burn
Bangers
Box.
coming out.
And I'm gonna tell you, I have no issue with the January box. I know he got some blowback for the calendar, but I got no issues with it, man. It's a fundraiser thing.
People are acting like they're showing nipples.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's a
a
freaking
very-
bathing suit.
It's not just it's only a top. Like they're wearing bunker pants, and I think every month it's a very tasteful fundraising thing. And those girls give back; those women give back a lot of money to the fire service. And I got no issue.
great.
So if you had if you wanted to cancel your subscription to that, I'm not speaking for Tom, but bye.
Yes. I love it. Okay. So on a serious note, folks, our moment of silence. We received an email. And just like always, I'm never ready for this. I have everything else ready. I thought it was, here it is. So it was an email that we received 6 days ago from Tyler Adams. Tyler, thank you for the email. this means a lot to us. We always say it. We do the moment of silence. And
these
sometimes
mean the most to me. These emails mean the most to me.
Is that what did I say?
I'm saying personally, these emails mean the most to me because this is the thing that you take I don't want to say the most serious about our podcast, but what you really respect about our podcast is that we're still paying respect to those people. Yeah. This is what I like about the people who email about these kind of things.
Yeah. So we got an email to coolfireman@gmail.com if you want to email us. It's, hey guys, if you guys don't mind, I have a person I'd like to mention in the moment of silence. This morning, January 15th, David Hendricks of the Crescent VFD in Crescent, Texas. So I would think it's maybe the Crescent Fire Department. He lost his battle with job-related cancer. To my knowledge, I hadn't met him or worked with him, as our departments are on opposite ends of the county, but he was a young man who served his community and leaves behind a young family. Just got the truth bumps. So, we can continue to talk about firemen getting cancer and getting bashed for it, but it's a real thing, man. And I know, Doug, that's near and dear to your heart, 110%.
Yeah,
We've talked about that.
Our union is on Capitol Hill right now in Richmond. The General Assembly's meeting right now. So they were up there today, all day today. So it's hot and heavy right now. Yeah.
Hot and heavy in California, man. We are a year past the Palisades fire and up in Los Angeles. And there are a number of firemen, one in particular that I know of that's dealing with heart issues. And they, I don't think that it's been, the research to say, yes, this is it. But there's these heavy metals and all that kind of stuff that they endured. It's basically like one big structure fire they were in. But anyways, they're having troubles. So, but this is for David Hendricks. And Tyler, thank you for sending this to us. Yep. If anybody else, has a moment of silence that they want us to
recognize.
Thank you. Recognize. Yeah, please hit us up. So, David, this is for you, my friend, and for your ultimate sacrifice that you've lost your life to job-related cancer. And we're going to give you a moment of silence. Amen. And well said.
Well, all right, folks. House bills right now is $13.33, and it's about the work week. The hours in it.
What? Say that again.
One of our biggest bills. Well, one of two. Collective bargaining is on the table too, because the new governor is big pro into that. But it's the hours in the work week.
Oh, good. What were you gonna say, Brian?
I was just going to say, for those who don't know, this is a nationwide thing. CFSI, which stands for Congressional Fire Service Institute, happens every March in D.C. So just putting a plug in, if you're not legislatively engaged, now's a good time to put a bug in the ear of anybody, or at least find out who goes and attends on behalf of your state, and make sure that you don't necessarily push your agenda. If you have a concern, do that, but more go with a little empathetic tone and say, hey, what are you going to be discussing and how can we support you? Because not only do they want to see that one person, but if they can come with letters of support or, groups, especially if you're representing an association or a department or whatever, don't let them go empty-handed with just one voice. Let them carry the voice of hundreds of thousands or whatever when they go to DC. It is a small force representing hundreds of thousands in DC in March. It's the week of St. Patrick's Day. So I had the opportunity to attend this year, but I'm not going as part of my board representation on IFMA. And I hate that I'm going to miss it because it was my first chance to go and I'm not able to attend. But I'm super excited about some of the things that are on the table, like expanding operational cancers and additional research, just to name a few. Such also like single stair exits. That's been kind of a big push where where we don't necessarily think about that on the operation side, but if you think that creates egress issue for firefighters as well as the occupants. So it's all in the name of affordable housing, which sounds great, but comes along with operation, tactical, occupant, and firefighter hazards. So anyways, it's not to get down a rabbit hole, but yes, please get engaged legislatively because those kind of things matter.
Beautiful. Beautifully said.
It was well said.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it better.
Hey, so today's topic is upstaffing. So
convenient, because that's going to happen to me.
And that's why we're doing it. It's relevant.
This is going to drop Monday, so that's going to be pretty appropriate. We'll probably upstaff Saturday night, starting Saturday night.
It is not relevant on the West Coast because we are 75 and beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But
American,
across
American tits.
So let's start with you then, Doug, because you spoke up. So do you guys have do you have criteria that needs to be met? Do you have like an emergency operations person that makes those determinations? Is it the weather guy on Fox 7 that says, hey, we're going to have 2 inches of rain in a 48-hour period? So that why would you guys upstaff?
Yes, we do. We have a significant snow and or ice storm. It's still undetermined. It was initially supposed to be, they were talking potentially 2 feet of snow. And now it's kind of progressed more northward. And I think they're talking more about maybe like 5-6 inches of snow and a couple inches of ice for us. That leads to catastrophes here with above ground power lines. As anybody in the fire service knows, above ground power lines are the devil.
And y'all have a lot of hills too.
Yeah. And
big hills.
We had some rain recently. The ground's not saturated right now, so it's not going to be horrible with the wind and the uprooted trees, but it's going to be the breaking of the limbs. So we will upstaff, like I said, probably starting Saturday night because it's probably starting midday Saturday sometime, and it's supposed to, be here all day, all night Saturday, all day Sunday. And on top of that, it's going to be a high for those 4 days for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of like 24, 25 degrees. And down into single digits at night. So it's going to be miserable here for a couple of days. So we're probably going to start upstaffing Saturday evening. This will be Monday when this drops. So a couple of days ago, we probably started upstaffing. We'll upstaff probably our medical services unit and brush trucks, maybe even some snow plows. We have snow plows that we attach to some pickup trucks. You have to have a certain certification to drive it, to push the ramps off and stuff. But if we're not going to get that much snow, we'll just do it with shovels. So it's not a big deal. It's been several years since I've seen those deployed, but we will upstaff definitely brush trucks and probably the medical services unit. Brush trucks more so for a lot of down tree calls and also to help go pull out ambulances and things that get stuck in cul-de-sacs and that kind of thing. Because, we're very, my county is very diverse. We have a lot of residential and a lot of rural. So you get a little bit of both. And there's a lot of, downhill, they build these communities in random places. So you got all these up and downs, and you go down to the bottom, and there's this house at the end of the cul-de-sac, and then you can't get back up it. So we'll have brush trucks that'll be there to help get those out and that kind of thing. We have storm checklist. We'll do 72 hours, 48 hours, and 24 hours prior. We have storm boxes. This is a little like a Rubbermaid tote, small thing that goes on it with certain things that has to happen. We have to check this, and this. We check our instant chains. Yesterday, we started making sure the R&D, the warehouse delivery guy, came around and made sure that whoever didn't have their snow chains already had them. We have instant chains on every unit. We have Z cables, and we also have big half-inch chain that we only put on. I feel like I'm pretty sure the procedure says 8 inches of snow, but don't hold me to that. But anyway, we only put those on with deep snow, and of course that limits your speed that you can respond with. But yeah, we've got a lot of checklists to go through with this kind of stuff, and we get them every so often. I don't want to say once a year, but every so often it happens. And I'm thankful for a department that has the resources that have the ability to do that, and we don't have to struggle through it. Now granted, it's when you're working it sucks because it's call after call after call. It's tree down here, tree down there, tree down here. And they just, the Parks Department comes on, they upstaff. The Parks Department and the Forestry Department also upstaff. and they'll handle a lot of those tree calls for us. If it's just a down tree across the roadway that doesn't involve any power lines, the Parks Department or the Forestry Department will go handle that for us. I'm very thankful for my department and the resources we have available for that kind of stuff.
Nice. What do you guys do on the federal side? Do you guys upstaff anything?
We honestly only upstaff for drills for DC people and the air shows or special events. That's the only time we upstaff.
Gotcha.
So we don't do that. I know you were talking about like wind and I was thinking of hurricanes when you gave me the topic earlier. Yeah. I just want to say, like, in my area, I was talking to my brother earlier, when winds and hurricanes get around sustained about 45 miles per hour, that's when all the bridges in our area, because Hampton Roads, we're chock full of bridges and tunnels. The floodgates go up. All the bridges are closed because they have to stay open for water traffic at all times. That's priority number one. And that's when dispatch goes dark at 45 miles per hour winds. Dispatch will just start making a list of all the calls. They will not dispatch them at all. Really? Very, very rarely. They've done it before, but like the city of Chesapeake, where my brother's at, when I was a young cat with them, they did dispatch during Hurricane Isabel, and but they didn't come over the air and say it. They called the station. They didn't want nobody to know what was going on. Yeah. So the whole point of they go dark. They just
they didn't tell the public that.
No, they don't tell the public.
We did.
They go out and tell them, like, well, they did say that don't go out on the roads because we're not going to be out on the roads. They just kept it generic back in the day when we take some major hurricane hits. But of course, they're going to be telling the people on the phone that. But yeah, they go dark so that nobody cowboys it up and just leaves the station. So
the weather people tell you not to read the apps, but my local news channel weather app right now for Saturday says chance of snow 60% Saturday, snow accumulations less than 1 inch, watching potential winter storms, snow in the evening, wintry mixed precipitation, low near 15 degrees, winds 5 to 10, chance of precip 100%, snow and ice accumulating 5 to 8 inches. That's Saturday night. And then Sunday, you got a potential storm, wintry mix, winds 5 to 10, high of 25, 1 to 3 inches of snow and ice. So you're talking about a potential of 5 to 8 and 1 to 3. So you're talking 6 to 9 inches of snow and ice. The snow is not a problem. We can deal with the snow. The ice is what really cripples us.
I bet. I mean, just getting around. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, the ice is what really bothers us.
Yeah. That's just something like we just don't.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah.
No idea, dude. Yeah. No idea.
Yeah, but your land is trying to kill you. Either it's on fire or it's moving. It's vibrating or it's a giant slush pie moving.
I will.
Slush pie.
What were you going to say, Brian?
Well, I was just going to go back to that. In one retrospect, you can upstaff, one you cannot, right? When I say upstaff, meaning you can't really upstaff for the wildfire. You can call back for the earthquake, but then geographically, you may be behind the 8 ball because you can't get back in, right? So, my little thumbs up. But anyways, I'm not used to these things. Yeah. So, I think that's where it goes back to kind of to that point. So for like Adam, that's why I asked that question, because for us, because we are so prone in southeastern North Carolina, like when we do our news media outlets, we're like at 45 miles an hour, our ambulances can't respond. And because of that, medical first responders can't respond either. That's called abandonment. So we're not coming. At 45 miles an hour, we're pulling ambulances off of the road. If you want to have medical services guaranteed to you, you need to evacuate. We get on the TV and say that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of where we're at. And so, during Hurricane Florence, I can't remember the one before that, we were making some tough decisions. I mean, I can remember it was during Florence. We were sending a LMTV, a 5-ton, out to a lady who was having a baby. in like day 4. Yeah, but I'm like, no offense, but it was normal emergencies. You're right. Why did you not leave? If you were pregnant, why would you stay? So, I mean, codes. I mean, there was people who had heart attacks, had never evacuated.
I don't want to make devil's advocate here. I understand some people don't have the means or the resources to be able to do that. I get it.
We sent 6 school bus loads full of people inland, right? That was it. We had 20 buses ready at the parking lot with people in it. Only 6 people took us up on that. So there was hundreds of people who drove. But to your point, if you didn't have the means, all you had to do was get to where that school bus was, and we would take you to a shelter inland.
Okay, so
right?
So you gave them a
place.
Yeah,
we gave you the means.
Okay. Oh, wow.
You didn't. Yeah. We gave you everything. We had 20 of them ready, gassed up, ready to roll, and only 6 of them got filled. And so, to that point, there are some people that just didn't want to go. We had people work codes and they were isolated, couldn't respond in. I can remember, to your point, or to Adams, I don't remember who it was. Oh, it was Adams talking about making a tree. There was a lady who called and said, my husband died in the middle of the night. And like, okay, well, we'll send the funeral home out when conditions clear up. And so she sat there with her dead husband for 3 days. Because the roads were so flooded. But if your husband's 85 with a heart condition, why would you stay?
Because of the notion it'll never happen to me.
It'll never happen to me.
Because that's home.
Right. But how many days in advance have we been knowing about these severe weather, right? Ice, crippling ice, no power, none. And so people who are in extreme situations, and we're not calling for mass evacuations, and I don't want to plant any of those seeds to those who may listen from the public or whatever that, government should be bussing people out in a moment like this, right? We also preach on the emergency management side of this, self-sustain for at least 72 hours, right? Have the provisions in your home. We learned that drastically from Hurricane Katrina, because sometimes in those instances, emergency services can't get to you. I can remember in Hurricane Florence, we put in all kinds of resource requests for swift water and water rescue teams, and we didn't get anybody. We didn't get an extra team. It was what we had, and that was it. And our crews went out, and they would perform rescue after rescue after rescue after rescue, and it got to a point where we couldn't take them to the shelter. So what we did was we basically evacuated them to a safe space, passed them off to another citizen, and said, we'll take your name at the EOC and we'll come get you. But you're in a safe space for now, because we have so many, we don't have the means to take you back to a shelter. And in fact, we didn't even open shelters during Hurricane Florence because it was coming in as a Category 4. That's why we wanted to bus people out of town. So, I mean, a Cat 4, we learned from Katrina. You don't leave them here.
No.
You move them out.
Yeah.
So to that point, I mean, we learned a lot of lessons, right, from tragedy. And I think that's the point. We upstaff so that way we don't need it, not so that way we kill our people.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way that we should look at it, right?
It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Yeah, and I don't think the public sees it that way. They're like, well, they'll come.
It's like when I carry my gun in a no-carry zone.
Oh,
okay.
Damn.
But I think that's the point. The public says, they'll come for me. They'll help me, whatever. But it kind of gets to a certain point where you don't have the means to help, right? You can't physically get there. You can't physically do it. Or there's somebody in an EOC, to Adam's point, that's making the decision that says, I am not going to risk a lot to save a little.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that those men and women go home at the end of their shift.
Yeah.
100%.
That's a hard call to make, folks. I'm telling you, if you've never had to do that, that was the most mentally draining decision I've ever had to make in my career, is when we stopped dispatching calls.
Yeah.
That's one that wears on you when you say, start queuing them up.
Yeah, that's
a
decision I don't want to have to make. It's like the the old story of the battalion chief standing at the front door said, "Nope, we've already killed 3 firemen. I'm not killing anymore."
Yeah, those are the hard ones to make. I'm telling you, when you go back on your career, I'm 27 years in, and you ask me the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. Those are the hardest decisions. When I say stop dispatching during those storms, those are the hard ones.
Yeah, you guys are talking a lot of human element.
Yeah,
and the public think that we're robots in a sense, like what you said, Brian. They're going to show up. It's like, are we? Like, I don't envy you guys. I mean, that, I've told a lot of people, hey, 13 more years and I'm out of here. Oh, really? Where are you going? East Coast. I'm going to live with my boys over there on the East Coast. I ain't getting out to California. They're like, really? Like, you want to deal with hurricanes? And I'm like, bring it on. But hey, what do I know? I don't know shit. You guys are in freezing cold. I was literally just standing in my shorts and my short sleeve shirt at sundown, surf fishing with my boy. And
you sent us a picture the other day with your feet in the water. I was like, what the shit, man? Yeah.
And then, and Fred sends me back a picture of, it's 10 degrees or 12 degrees in Detroit, and you guys are dealing with the same thing. It's just, I just don't envy that hurricane, man. That's, and the notion that they're going to show up, that's on the West Coast too. I mean, we deal with wildfires over here. And if you look up Laguna Beach Fire Department, 1993 firestorm, there is a lot of video to be watched on YouTube of the 93 firestorm where they lost countless homes, and we have the threat. I mean, I live in the wild urban interface. I mean, 100%. We do have that threat, and we have ready, set, go. Hey, you should always be ready to go. Always. Doesn't matter if it's January. I mean, Palisades fire. Yeah. I've been on a strike team in January. It doesn't have to be between May and October.
In the dry season, yeah.
In the dry season, it doesn't have to be. And this is going to be a gnarly summer, I think, for us. But we have ready, set, go in our in Orange County. I don't know how far it expands out, to be honest. But ready is you're just basically always ready. Set is like, hey, it's pretty damn close, like, right? And then go is, hey, it's time to leave, mandatory for fire stuff. And we have a lot of red flags around this time, or actually usually between like October and December-ish. We'll have red flags, but this has just been like a weird winter for us. But we upstaff too, and we're small, we're a forest station department. But one question I have, Doug, for you, and I can answer for myself is mandatory. So if they've got a storm coming in, do they mandatory guys so they'll set up, hey, will they send out do they send out like a department-wide email that says, hey, this is what we're looking to staff up, and this is how many guys and gals we need, and sign up if you can work?
Yes.
Well, otherwise, you're going to get forced.
Yes, we have a great. We use Telestaff, but we have a great system of text messages and email. It works in conjunction, consecutively. I don't know, whatever that word is. One of those fancy words. If we upstaff and we don't have now, I'm blessed. I have a great staffing factor at my department. We have a lot of. We shouldn't this time of year when it's a low leave time of year. We shouldn't have to mandatory or force anybody, as you call it, to do that. But yes, we will certainly, if it gets to the point where we don't have enough unassigned people for the day, they will send out a text saying, hey, anybody who wants to work, we're upstaffing brush 5, brush 25, brush 8, whatever, and anybody who wants to work, please call the staffing office or the TSO. And again, we're at a point with our staffing factor right now, and where we're at, again, it's January. Nobody's really taking leave. There's like 5-6 people off per day. We have a lot of unassigned people each day. So we're probably okay for this storm where we won't have to force anybody. But yes, in the past, we absolutely, when staffing's not where it is, you have to, if you're going to upstaff them, you're upstaffing. Like it's not a conversation. It's mandatory. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Again, you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah.
I was telling the guys yesterday, I was like, when we were taking out the chains and making sure we had all of our chains, because I'm on a reserve engine right now. and my ladder truck's out because it got wrecked. So I'm on a rescue right now. We're making sure we had the change for that unit, meaning we use 5-gallon buckets for our chains and Z cables, and everyone has the unit number written on it and whatnot. And I'm on a reserve engine and a rescue right now because both of my frontline units are out of service right now. We were making sure we had those, and I was like, man, I remember when I was at my rookie station at 2. This has been probably 10 years ago now. I had to drive engine 2 down Chippenham Parkway, I guess it's called, to a structure fire in my third due from station 2 with them 1/2-inch chains because we had enough snow on the ground to put them on. And of course, again, the procedure limits the speed you're able to drive with those on. And that bitch was and I'm talking, it's third due, bro. So we're not close. Like I'm driving on a highway for like 3 miles with that don't. It shook every tooth in my head loose. And I hope I don't ever have to do it again. But when we put them chains on, shit's got serious. So I hope we don't ever get there.
When you guys have these storms come through or a potential hurricane or something, do you guys have an emergency operations center that they open up?
Yes.
And your town says, hey, like funding is through this account. You have like an emergency fund or anything like that? I don't know
about the money, but we do in the basement of our 5-story building, we set up an emergency operations center.
Okay.
And so that to the dispatch,
Do you have a chief that runs that, or is, like we have an emergency operation coordinator that runs like a chief will go in there with her, but
we pay, the county pays somebody to do that.
Gotcha.
That's their job.
Yeah. Same thing, Brian.
I was going to say, so the way the way FEMA reimbursement works is there has to be a disaster declaration. So what you will see is a state of emergency declared by the local governing body. And then nerd alert. Go ahead and say it, Doug.
No. I was actually thinking this is where the chief perspective is really beneficial because I don't know this shit. Matt probably doesn't know it. Adam probably doesn't know it. This is where you are, as the subject matter expert, just take over and like, this is the good information.
So you have to have that disaster declaration. And so you'll normally see the governor establish that disaster declaration, right? And then that in turn says, hey, we're expecting to spend a lot of money on this disaster. Yep. And then down from that, the state EOC activates at that level. So that way, well, let's talk the money side and then we'll talk resources, right? So money side, that state disaster declaration occurs and a call into the White House usually happens at that state level. Not saying to the president, but somebody there that says, hey, we're expecting something pretty bad to happen to us. We're doing a state declaration. We're going to need some funds. And then down from there, that's where your local municipalities will then start usually at the county levels or parishes or whatever you want to call them. I know VA doesn't always have counties. It's kind of funky, right? So at that next level, whatever it is, whether it's the town, the county, municipality, parishes, if you're down south, right? Whatever that next level is, and then the next level thereafter. And then by doing that, those disaster declarations, that then gives the opportunity for those resource requests and reimbursements to occur. If you remember ICS classes, there are certain forms and documentation that has to be completed. So to your first point there, that person is really, whether it's a formalized EOC or somebody there making sure that everything is documented to the nines for reimbursement for the upstaffing piece, which is what started all of this, the overtime, everything else. So that way that money comes back, because you could imagine 2 or 3 of these would crush an overtime budget departmentally, right?
Yeah.
So that's where that money comes back. And usually what ends up happening is that it crushes that overtime budget, but then somebody in the finance department or whatever is going to move money to cover or add to and say, oh, yeah, we had this event and it matters, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Because we're going to get that money back.
Yep.
That's the money part. The resource request, again, all those items that I covered is fine, but that resource request is specifically in North Carolina. Those have to go from the municipality or the agency to the county then to the state. and then the state can request them from national. So, for example, during hurricanes, the state may request, hey, to FEMA, to the regional office, I need 24 water rescue teams. Or during, like, let's say CAL FIRE, they may say, hey, I need on the IMT, I need 20 hand crews or whatever for this wildfire. Those all come through those state agencies. And if they don't put that resource request through the state agency, then they're not eligible for reimbursement. So again, that's like saying, hey, I'm going to pay for this out of my own pocket. So there's a process for that. So said all that to say, we talked about legislative issues. That's why there's a big push right now to restructure the way that FEMA is doing it, because that's a lot of layers of bureaucracy to get what you need in an emergency. So you'll see a lot of people right now that are like, hey, when emergencies happen, we need the resources that we need on the ground. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's some of the noise that you're hearing maybe at a chief level and even at a state legislative level to kind of rewrite how FEMA is being worked right now. So those are all things that are relevant. And I'll give you a prime example of that. Again, during Hurricane Florence, we're working the ops table. I have one fire district that became an island. Water rescues are starting to come in right into this district. And the fire chief says to me he gets on the radio. He says, hey, will you go to this TAC channel? I go to the TAC channel. He calls me. He said, hey, Brian, can we get a boat? And I said, I don't have a boat. He goes, well, I can't do these rescues if I don't have a boat. And I said, where do you want me to get it from? It's the middle of a hurricane, bro. You're an island. I can't get that to you now.
You better call Bubba and tell him fire the John boat.
Go look around the district and find a flat bottom boat, commandeer it, say, hey, bud, I'm taking your boat. Here's the number to the firehouse. We'll pay you.
Skiff.
Yeah. I can't get you what I don't have. Right. So that is, to that point, though, that's the reason why those risk assessments, you go back to things like what Daryl Rayner talked about of pre-planning your district. It's not just about that chemical plant. It's about situational awarenesses for hazards like this. There's a reason why those 5-gallon buckets of chains are on that truck that only get used every 3 to 4 years. Because why? The community expects for those low frequency events, but the high risk, that you've got to handle it.
Risk, right? Frequency, probability, and cost.
Yeah, baby.
Nailed it.
Ringer dinger.
Pulled it in together right there. See how I did that?
Clutch, baby. I love it. Wow. Why are you looking at Doug on Instagram? I want to hear that one tonight. He made me happy.
I am proud of you, Doug. I'm really proud of you. Yeah.
And I look, he starts with his thumb.
Yeah, he does. Dude, all good stuff. All good stuff. I mean, California, you guys are talking hurricanes, and it's basically the same thing. A little bit different.
Well, you mentioned earlier, man, like what you guys have, you can't prepare for. Like it just happens, and you can't prepare and upstaff for.
There's a lot of preventative stuff. So, I mean, and California has tried over the last few years, they've had some big fires, the Thomas fire, the Park fire, I wouldn't say the Park fire. The Park fire was arson, but Paradise fire. What do you mean cleanup? What do you mean?
Like,
yes. Preventative cleanup.
Yeah.
Yes. They say 100 feet from the structure, no combustible, no plants and clean it up. Yes. 100%. Do people do it? Probably not as much as they should. No. But California has done a really good job at, adding into the budget, even for pre-positions. So we have North Ops and South Ops when it comes to strike team responses. So if we have red flag, they'll certain district or certain regions will put in they'll say, hey, we need this, this, and this, and it'll go out to the operations North Ops or South Ops, and then they'll say, hey, we've got this available, and then they'll call the county, they'll call Metronet cities, and we'll all form up, and they'll say, hey, we're going to have red flag from Wednesday to Friday. Okay, so for 3 nights, we're all going to be up in a hotel together.
I got you.
And we pre-position rigs, and we're ready to go. So that way, when that fire pops, bam, we're gone.
Yeah, even if it doesn't, that's your Upstaffing,
yeah. A lot came out about that Thomas fire a couple of years ago. That if we would have been there quicker, then it wouldn't have been so bad. And so California said, "Well, we can do something about that. We can pre-position rigs." So we pre-position rigs for wildland fires and for floods. If we know that there's going to be a lot of rain, they'll pre-position strike teams, California OES strike teams, Office of Emergency Services strike teams. We have one in our app bay at Station 2, where I am, and we go. We'll all head out to a central location, and usually it's a hotel or wherever the county. But it's real, dude. We could talk about this for hours as far as budget and finances, but I think that we did a really good job, Brian, especially, with the finance part of it. When the governor says, "Hey, strike this, we're in emergency, this, that, and the other," it's bam. Then finances from different accounts start to open up, and they want to protect the public. And that's what we're there for. And so
can I kind of put a cherry on this real quick?
I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
With one last thing. I think that when you do a post-incident critique, one of the things that we as chief officers could totally love to have is really a real world, right? It's so hard for us in the EOC or in the ops room we're not on that scene, right? So we can't have the true takeaway of what happens in the field. And I know that there's so many calls back to back to back to back that it's hard to truly document in the totality of what it was like. But if you're doing a post-incident critique, right, and you've come off that operational period, if you can work with whoever is the ops chief during that duration, or the BC that's working your zone or whatever, and truly give a synopsis for that 12-hour ops period, so that way we can truly document what was needed during that event. That helps tell the story for resource request and justification. So you come back and you're like, "Man, we got our butt handed to us out there, and we didn't have this, and this." And again, 4 or 5 days later, all of those things that you did, all of those calls, all that stuff is going to be so hard to recall and remember, right? All that stuff, and you're going to start, as bad as it sounds, a lot of that stuff's going to be repressed, because then you've got to go home to your tragedy, to your world, right? Of your hurricane, of all this stuff. So in that 12 hours of that downtime, when you're back at the firehouse, catching a shower, eating, sit down, take some notes, so that way people later can justify to give you the tools that you need the next time that type of event happens.
Yeah, I'm working a 48 Friday into Saturday, so I got to work Friday, Saturday, because the truck boss on A shift was like, "Hey man, I need Saturday off. Can you make it work?" I was like, I got a day in April I need, so we traded a day. But
nice.
I hope it won't be too bad.
He's
got
a water polo match on Saturday.
I got to come home Sunday in the middle of all that bullshit, and then come back Monday morning. So I may just spend the whole weekend in the firehouse. I don't know. We'll see. I may just stay there.
Very good. That was awesome discussion, guys. Like, there's so many more avenues that we can go. And there's even people above Brian's, knowledge and subject matter expert. And I know that he's shaking his head. Yes, that this has some gnarly legs, and the guys that I work with that listen to this probably be like, "Hey, you didn't talk about this and this." There's a lot of different areas and legs that we could go off and branch off into this subject, I mean, just one type of hazard alone,
the flow chart on this thing could get insane.
Oh God, insane. But I think we did a pretty good job of hitting it very, vague terms and a couple of,
I did want to circle back one thing Brian mentioned about something about the EOC. When certain things are triggered and and things get so busy, we will send a BC to the EOC there when the 911 calls are coming in to help screen those and prioritize them as to, look, we need to go ahead and dispatch this kind of thing versus what we're going to hold.
Nice.
Sorry, I should have said that a long time ago.
No, it's good. Adam, you have anything to add at the end there? Okay. Let's hit some snail mail.
It's snail mail time.
All right. This segment has been so much fun. I love that we incorporated snail mail. Yeah. It engages people, and it's just been so good. And Zach has literally been crushing snail mail for like
Zach. What's up, my man?
Where's Zach? We'll sell without him.
Zach.
We'll sell without him.
What's up, my man?
So again, the Zach crushes it, and Colt. Colt has a great one too. I'll start with Zach real quick. He says, stay at the level you feel passionate about. So this is when we were talking about promotions and whether or not we should or shouldn't. He says, stay at the level you're passionate about and care is my thought. So if you have a leader that is only done it because, they feel obligated or the money, then your risk for injury or even death goes up. So the risk, right? Leave the leadership to those who want to, I didn't really understand that. The work, want to put the work in. He just misspelled that. Want to put the work in and have heart for it. So it's people's lives, not shifts where, it's people's lives that we're talking about. We're not, it's not a shift supervisor at Wendy's that we're talking about. So that's Zach. Colt has a question. And I had a full on thing for him and now I got to go find it. But so Colt a couple days ago talked about, he said, happy birthday, Gigi, first of all. And then second one, it says, question for the guys. How would you, in quotations, lead with love, as Matt spoke about in the episode, if you guys are writing backwards? I understand the concept from the superior perspective, but how would you implement the mindset to a starting guy who should be trying to, in quotations, lead himself, as Frank Viscuso puts it? So I'm going to start with this, Colt. And I know you're listening because you've listened to every single gosh darn podcast we've put out. So I'm going to give you my definition of love. All right. And I know this sounds crazy. We're talking about love, boys. It's 2026 in the fire service. The fire service culture's changed a little bit. And we talked about leadership and we talked about how we lead with love. And that's the environment that we're going to create in order to be the most effective for these people to learn, right? For all of us to learn, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my definition of love, and this might make a little bit of sense to you, to Colt. All right. So love is your joy in the Lord expressed towards others at great expense to yourself. That's it.
That's deep.
Great. Dude, love is your joy in the Lord expressed towards others at great expense to yourself. And that's what leadership is. It's love that you have towards the Lord, that you have for the Lord expressed towards others. You don't have to be a supervisor to have love. Like, you don't have to. You just have to be a leader. And that's what leading with love is just your joy. And dude, and Zach has killed it, right? I mean, I've talked about Zach's quote from a few weeks ago on the Radcast that I do. And, seek and you will find. You seek a relationship with God and you will find it. 100%. I'm here to tell you that. And this is not a godly podcast, but I'm sorry, but that's my explanation to you, Colt, is that if you just express your love and as joy that you have in the Lord towards others at great expense to yourself, you will win. Hands down. And you don't have to be a supervisor in order for that to happen. You can be a firefighter sitting backwards to express the love that you give the Lord to others at expense to yourself. That's all you have to do. And so in that one sentence, in my opinion, and you can, and I know he's gonna respond to this because he's gonna listen to this. I know Colt. I know him, and he responds to all of them, or he listens to all of them. And so I think that, and I'd like to push it to you guys. I saw a couple of you nod in agreement, and there might not be anything to say about it because it's kind of a deep subject. It's kind of a, I'm putting you guys on the spot. I had some time to think about it. Colt put that in on a Spotify, and that's the first thing I thought about was that definition of love. And that comes from Pastor Joby Martin. That's not my definition, but I've adopted it, and that's okay. In my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
I just read Stand Firm and Act Like Men. And if you want to read a fucking good book, that book right there will change your life. 100%. And that quote came from him. So anything to add,
if
boys?
the other guys, I was going to say, if those guys have anything to add, chime in. If not, I've got a little something.
No, send it.
They're good. They're good. Okay. So the only thing I was going to say to lead with love is to be empathetic. If you sat in our class in episode 55, Matt, I'm going to put a comma. I'm going to take your period out and put a comma.
Yeah.
And say that, a lot of times when you're in the back, sometimes you're not empathetic to those above you in the decisions they have to make. And I think that so many times, and just this week, just last night on my stay overnight, we had some stuff going on at my department. And earlier in the day, there was a moment when I wanted to share so much information, right? And I shared what was going on with you, Matt, in our department, running 100 miles an hour on my way home, on my way to a doctor's appointment. And I was like, hey, I got this going on, that going on. Before we do tonight's show, I want to be present and I want to get my mind right? But I have all these things going in my head. And so when we show up tonight, I want to be present. I want to be empathetic, right? I want to be empathetic to the members of the podcast, right? And to me, that's leading with love, right? That's loving everybody here on the show. So I put myself on the other side of that table and I say that if I'm sitting there and in that moment yesterday, people are coming to me and they're saying, Chief, what's going on with this? And what's going on with this? And what's going on with that? Right here on the tip of my tongue, I just want to go, blah, 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 blah. But I can't.
No.
Because why? At that same moment, the interim fire chief is working on ABC 1, 2, 3. And if I put it out there, that's like dropping a match in an Oklahoma wheat field in April, right? It's going to go, wow. And all of a sudden, I've dropped something that may or may not happen. Yeah. We talked about trust, right? And to me, I would rather hold my tongue and be able to cash out true transparency than I would false hope. And so I'm saying that to also go back to the say is give empathy. When I'm sitting there and sometimes I have to pause and I look at you and say, just give me a little more time, right? Because I want to share some things, but I can't just yet, right? And if you have a supervisor who does that, give them that until they can't, right? Until they fall off on that. And so last night I walked into the bay, again, that same fire station, and they were like, Chief, this, and this. And I said, remember this morning I wanted to share and I couldn't because in that same moment I was waiting on this, I was waiting on that, and I was waiting on this. And they were like, well, you could have just told us. I said, well, what if all that fell apart? And they go, well, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. So whether you're a firefighter, you're a captain, you're a driver, to me, the riding the backward seat doesn't matter. And I, as a chief officer, have to do the same thing to the people above me, right? So position doesn't matter. It's all about perspective, right? So great question, but really it doesn't matter because guess what? I'm riding in somebody's back seat too. Sure. I'm riding in the town manager's back seat.
Yeah.
And I need to take a dose of my own medicine, right? So be empathetic. So
belly button deep.
Yeah. And we talked about it last week is, everybody just wants the best for the fire department. Everybody wants it to run efficiently and financially, fiscally responsibly. And there's so many different realms and that we could go into. But yes, great freaking question, Colt. Like seriously, I read that and I was like, you win the week, pal. You win the week. And went straight back to just leading with love. And this is what, so if you're going to lead with love, you got to know what love is. And that's what it is. And I mean, some of the old guys that have retired out of my fire department, if I would have told them that we're talking about leading with love on a podcast about firefighting, I would have been cast out in the rain. Like, get out of here, you son of a bitch. Like, we don't want this. But it's all good. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. I love you guys. And we love all of you. Such a great community that we've built here, small and mighty, but we're growing every day, which is which is freaking awesome, and so many great things to come.
We constantly say that it's small, and Matt, I keep reminding us.
But it's mighty. Small and mighty.
But it's, I mean, we fill up an auditorium.
True.
Every week, right?
True.
I mean,
that's true.
You put every listener in a room, we'd fill up a school auditorium every week to listen to us. Yeah. That's pretty impressive, right? We'd sell one out. So I'm proud of that, Yeah. I'm proud of that.
Yeah. And, great things to come 2026. We hope that everybody's year started off great. And tell your friends, tell your moms, tell your dads, tell everybody to listen to the Cool Fireman podcast. And if you're not subscribed, please do. We're on every platform that you can imagine, but on video specifically, you can watch us on Spotify and on YouTube. That's all I got, boys. What a great day. What a great day. Yeah. Yep. May God bless all of you. And
Doug's going back for hot toddy number 2.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go hit NyQuil again and night.
He gone. All right, somebody roll us out.
Roll it, GG.
Roll it, GG.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!